Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Javier here with The Real Javier Novoa, a channel, a network, and a modality where we apply the principles of philosophy, spirituality, and mysticism to rapid lifestyle transformation. It's what this channel's all about, ladies and gentlemen. It's not just about empty philosophical speculation, although that's a big part of it and it's very fun, but this is about how you can apply these principles to rapidly transform your life. But it is important to revert to the fundamentals sometimes. This was illustrated very well for me by a question that I received today about the prison grid. And we have mentioned the prison grid in several videos, but we have not dedicated an entire video to that. And it's a very central core of our program, of our methodology, to enable you to free yourself and to liberate yourself from the prison grid. So we are going to make a video on this. Indeed, we're going to make innumerable videos on it because it's one of the central pillars of our channel, as I said. But today I hope to explain and to cover some of the bases of it. Yesterday, I was watching an amazing series by a gentleman who goes into all of these topics, who goes into metaphysical topics, who goes into political topics, and all manner of topics affecting our world and current events. Of course, his main concern is waking the people up due to the power structures, due to certain interests that be, or powers that be, that have it in their interest to keep humanity engrossed in this prison grid. But, of course, our special aim in this channel, in this network, is to teach you how to apply these principles to actually escape it so that you can better your life. With William James, I say that the best and only proof of the veracity of a philosophy is, does it work for my life? And an understanding and knowledge of these principles, ladies and gentlemen, does make your life better, because it puts you in the driver's seat. And frankly, as we went into in the early days of this channel in my video about why you must accept this philosophy, and this must is not a physical must, it's a philosophical imperative. It's a philosophical must. But why you must follow this philosophy is because the only alternative leaves you powerless. And the only way you're going to be able to improve your life is if you feel you have power over your life. So let's jump into this in earnest. Many movies have been made over the years that explain a fact that humanity's known for centuries through its perennial philosophy and through the teachings of its pure and unadulterated religious philosophies. And that is that the reality that we live in is, to a certain extent, an illusion. It is not the ultimate. Even philosophical argument and just plain common sense can point this out to us when we observe our surroundings. But many videos in recent years, such as The Matrix, such as The Truman Show, and a host of others, have driven this point home. What if everything that we see and everything that we sense is not the base reality? What if color and space and dimension and time and relationality and even duality itself were simply mental constructs of a mind that itself didn't exist, but itself was a reflection of the true existent, the only thing that could exist, which was the divine? And what if we were simply the divine that split itself into multiple aspects so that it could observe multiplicity and in doing so know itself again as the unity? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that sounds fun, that sounds exciting, because what it means is that we can, by experiencing ourselves as separate parts of a whole, and yet remembering, at least in the back of our mind, that we truly have our roots in divinity, then we can go and live the full gambit of life to its full, but we know that we can create anything that we want because we are part of the divine. Therefore, we can have fun and we can enjoy it, and that we can achieve what we came to achieve, which was using this to re-recognize or to reawaken to the unity and the divinity. I hope I'm making myself clear. That was our intention when we came. However, what if there were a certain group of individuals or a certain entity or structure that has all of this knowledge, that even has the experience, but for a certain fact, and we'll discuss this in another video, there's a reason this has to be so, but for whatever reason or the other, aims to be able to feed off of the energy of other creatures within the illusion, within the duality, within the multiplicity, and therefore due to that, it is in that entity's interest to keep the main core point hidden from us. And what better way to hide it from us than through organized religions, through philosophies themselves, and through power structures, and through the educational system? Well, this is indeed what's happening. And if we simply look at the surface aspect of this, if we simply look at history, political and social history, we do realize that there are certain groups of elites that have aimed to keep power and have utilized the dissemination of information, have utilized the education systems, and have utilized reward and punishment and institutions to remain with that power and to keep the rest of the population in relative scarcity. Of course, as modern economic techniques have improved and as the Industrial Revolution abounded and more people were able to achieve the necessities of life without having to rely upon a feudal power structure, it became more and more difficult to control the people through physical scarcity. Therefore, a new system was necessary, and that was to control the people through the dissemination of knowledge and through educational self-imposed scarcity. And what that educational system did was teach the people that they had no power and that the certain structure of relations that benefit the power class was the only structure of relations that could exist, that no other possibilities existed. And that is exactly what the educational system has been able to do today. Well, there are several ways of waking up from this. And first of all, let's talk about why it's important to escape from this grid. So as we said, the prison grid is an artificial construct that is created by a forgetting of who we really are, and therefore subordinating our power to other groups or other entities. It's really energetic. And in that case, pendulums arise. And these pendulums are what feed off our energy and thus put us ipso facto into this grid of control, which we call the prison grid. Now, the only way to be able to think independently and to actually awaken to the oneness and to awaken to who you truly are at root, is to escape this prison grid. And of course, that's done primarily psychologically and mystically. You have to come to self-realization of who you are, and when you realize who you are, you'll realize that there's no power outside of yourself. Therefore, that grid simply evaporates. And you are in full control of your total reality because you know yourself as the one. This is the primary message that I aim to awaken people to on our channel and on our platform. We want to awaken people to the fact that they are consciousness. They are spiritual beings having a physical experience. And then, of course, any of the walls or the grids will fall off of their own accord. Because it is an energetic construct. It is a psychological construct. Because no physicality actually exists independently of the observer and the observed. And we know no observed exists because only the unity exists. But how can you have the freedom or the leisure to be able to discover this for yourself, for each person must discover this for his or herself. You can listen to someone else say it, but unless you actually have the direct experience and the direct discovery of this, you won't be able to know this truly, and therefore you won't be able to awaken to your true freedom and to your true personhood. In order to do that, we have to sort of free ourselves from the power structures that be, because the power structures are taking all of our time and all of our resources. We're simply spending time in this workaday reality, working for a boss and having our energy fed upon by that boss. We're spending the rest of the time trying to scramble for resources to take care of our families and to take care of illnesses and to pay debts and so on and so forth. As long as we're in that state, we will never have the time nor the space to awaken in this experience. That's why we want to teach you to get off that power grid in the physical, so that then you'll have the time and space to awaken to yourself as the creator and manifester of your own experience, and then to be able to create a masterpiece with your experience. This is the whole purpose of our channel and of our modality. So in order to liberate yourself from something, you have to know that it exists. That's why this channel uses current events and philosophy and science and any other tools that we can to be able to bring these concepts home to as many types of personality as possible. That's what we're aiming to do. So the prison grid is a psychological construct in which you basically imprison yourself. That's right. Because no one on the outer can spin this grid and put you in this grid, because there is no outer. The inner is the outer. The observer is the observed. That's what we strive to drive home in this channel. Now, knowing this, you know that you're here for the purpose of joyous expansion and joyous creation and manifesting. But you're not here to struggle. You're not here to do hard work. You're not here to deprive yourself. You're here to, from the contrast, figure out what it is that you do want, and then to immediately go to that and enjoy the journey to that and have that thing attracted to you. This is why we discuss the law of attraction. You're not here to suffer for it, to work for it, or to earn it. That's what the prison grid, or the keepers of the prison grid, want you to believe and want you to do. Why? Because within this multiplicity, the laws of energy then apply, if you actually perceive yourself in that multiplicity. And they know that in order to have power, they need to continually draw energy, because all of the exchanges between different beings in a multiplicity, in a field, are energetic. Therefore, the powers that be have to feed upon your energy. In order to have access to your energy, you have to be embedded in this grid, trapped in this grid, in order to deliver them the energy. What we're aiming to do is to free you from that grid so that you have more energy to then experience yourself and experience this physical experience and enjoy all of it in the way that you intended to do when you came. So that's the purpose of everything that we do on our channel. I just wanted to give a brief explanation of that. This physical illusion is simply waves being translated on the screen of your physical computer, so to speak, or on the screen of the computer of your brain. And we're here to enjoy it as in a game. We're not here to take it seriously. We're not here to suffer and to work. We're here to know the multiplicity, to embrace it and to enjoy it, and then through that to discover and to utilize our particular tool of creation. What is that particular tool? That's focus. When you focus, that is the tool that's been given to you to get you to whatever it is that you want. to get you to your desire. That's another aspect of the prison grid. It divides your focus. They want to take your attention and they want to control what you focus upon. So the majority of us, as Neville Goddard said, the majority of our focus is upon the outer and the latest and loudest. What we're teaching you to do in this channel through the development and cultivation of your attention and focus, and through what I call mental rehearsal. I'm a coach in mental rehearsal. Through coaching you in that, I want you to be able to reclaim your focus so that you can create whatever it is you want, because you are the creator of all of it. Because it is all an illusion. Therefore, you can manipulate the illusion as much as you want because it's all within you. And once you wake up to that and realize that, ladies and gentlemen, your life takes off. But in order to do that, I've got to awaken you to the fact that there is a prison grid that aims to feed on your energy and aims to dissipate your focus. Therefore, you'll be able to observe that, and in the observation, you'll be able to reclaim your true focus and your true power. And that's what this channel at The Real Javier Novoa is all about, empowering you to be sovereign over your own reality and empowering you to create the life of your dreams. And at the end of the day, it wouldn't be worth it if it didn't make your life better. And that's what we aim to do here at The Real Javier Novoa. So thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. If you appreciate our material, please subscribe and like to our channel. We do release daily material of great value, and we want to get this information out to as many people as we can to make our small contribution in this global awakening. Also, I do coaching calls, and these calls are dynamic. I have several satisfied clients, and I take you step by step through our unique modality here on this channel of rapid lifestyle transformation, where I utilize the tools of mysticism, spirituality, as well as my years of experience in business and consulting to give you a power punch to transform your life and to do with it whatever it is you want to do with it in a short period of time. So, ladies and gentlemen, until very soon, this is Javier with great love and appreciation. We'll see you soon.